Hey folks, this is Jonathan with Faith for Fathers, and as we approach Father's Day, I wanted to take a few moments to talk to you again about the Legacy Fund. As many of you may remember, last year my wife Mary Beth and I both lost our fathers within a 36-hour period. It was obviously a very difficult time, and as we began to work through that process, one of the things we knew we wanted to do is figure out a way to honor their memory and extend their legacy. And that's where we came up with the idea of the Legacy Fund. This is something we started last year, and the idea would be that people would be able to give to that, and that all of the money would go to a deserving father or family that we could serve in some way. None of the money raised goes towards the operating budget of Faith for Fathers. It is simply a way for us to give back. Today I'd like to take a moment to introduce you to the family that will be receiving the Legacy Fund in 2019 and let you hear a little more of their story. So I'm here today, I want to introduce you to some very special folks. This is the Rose family. And this is Meredith Rose, and she's the principal at Jessie Boyd Elementary. And these are her two boys, Bryson and Chase. And guys, I just want you to take a minute and tell us a little bit about your husband, your father, Bryant.
Sure. I have known Bryant for 22 years. He was the trainer at Spartanburg High School when I met him. And crazy enough, we fell madly in love, married within 61 days of knowing each other, which sounds crazy, and I have told these two that is never to happen, even though I would do it all over again. But he was such a funny person and loved the Lord. On our second date, I remember him repeating Psalm 15:13 about the Lord of hope fills us with joy and peace. And I thought, oh, this is a winner. And so we fell quickly in love, married. Within just a few years, had our first child who we lost. And then just another year later had this one, and then this one followed 2 years later, and we were such a happy family. He loved our children. He loved his job. He absolutely adored being a trainer and taking care of athletes and getting them back on the field. A quiet guy behind the scenes all the time, but was just always there for us and for everyone that he knew.
And Bryson, tell me a little bit about Bryant, the father.
Well, I think he valued experiences more than other things, so he'd always take us on trips everywhere to like Disney World we would love to go to and other places, and I think that just gave a lot of us happy memories that I have of him now, and I'm just very thankful for those.
Mm-hmm. So tell us a little bit about what happened this past January.
So Bryant had an enlarged thyroid and had successful surgery to remove his thyroid. Came home and was recovering beautifully. And then the morning that he passed away, I left to go to work. It was the morning like every other morning. I kissed him goodbye. I told him I loved him. I walked out the door, and within just a few minutes, he woke up to wake up Chase for school, and he was getting Chase's clothes out of the closet, because every morning he got their clothes out of the closet and got toothpaste on their toothbrush and their breakfast ready. And as he was getting the clothes out of the closet, a blood clot moved from his leg to his heart and immediately stopped his heart. And the boys did everything they could. They called me as well and got home as soon as I could. And we tried everything. The doctors, the EMS tried everything, but unfortunately, he passed away.
And I knew Bryant for years. Meredith's been my kids' principal for years, and they've been a big part of our lives. These boys have been in my home, and my daughters have been in their home, and it was obviously a devastating thing for this family, for this community. And as we thought about our Legacy Fund and what we really want to do with that, and a way that we can remember our fathers who we lost and honor their memory. I thought about Bryant, and I thought about his commitment to education. I mean, he worked at Spartan High for 20 plus years, and you're a junior, you're a ninth grader, and college is right around the corner. And so we talked our board, and we just couldn't think of a more appropriate use of the Legacy Fund this year than to raise money that would go directly towards the boys' college education. And so we're asking you all this coming Father's Day week, June 9th through 16th, to consider giving to the Legacy Fund. Again, this is a fund that is separate from our operating budget, and all the money goes specifically to this need. And you can give in memory or in honor of your own father, and it's a way that we can give back to this precious family and support them. And every dollar that we raise, we will give to these boys and to Meredith to use to help offset their college education. And so I hope you'll seriously consider giving to this and just having a small part in their futures, because we know God's not done with this family and He has great things in store for them. So if you want to learn more, just go to faithforfathers.org/legacy.